Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spilling the Tea. And now here's your host, narrating you. Hello there, welcome to the first ever episode of Spilling the Tea. My name is Narrating You, and I will be your host for the evening. We're excited to have you here tonight, and let me tell you a bit about our first guest, Ximph. Ximph has been featured in the Ink shops, the Invention Tower, the Gallery and the Rec Centre. Their room came second in the Riverman Rooms contest, and today she's going to be telling us about her rec room journey and how she got her success. There's also going to be a Q&A later on in the show. To take part in this, join the Broken Circuits Discord through the link at the back of the room. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ximph. Hello there, Ximph. How are you
Hello.
today?
Well, I'm feeling better.
I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah, we almost missed the show today, unfortunately, didn't we? But I'm very glad you managed to make it.
Me too, me too.
Me too. So, I've got to start off asking, how long have you been playing Rec Room for?
Oh gosh, I have been playing for at least maybe 2-3 years now.
Wow.
Oh, wow, so quite a while then. You've been on a lot longer than me. So, how did you get into the building and stuff? Where did you begin? Did you go to lessons, or did you just kind of, learn yourself in a room?
Oh, well, actually, I was going to do lessons, and I ended up deciding not to do that because the lessons were a little hard to get into. I didn't have the time and didn't make it to a lot of the lessons to begin with. So I kind of decided to just self-teach myself.
Nice. Okay, and sort of how long did it take you to learn before you get to that? So get to that point where you are now?
Well, I started building right away. Lady Perla and I did a video about kind of where I got started with the beginning of my builds. But I've been building pretty much the whole 3 years, ever since I started figuring out that you could actually build with the Maker Pen. But it's been a process of trial and error.
Oh, nice. Well, to be fair, I think it's always like that, isn't it? Because when I first got into it, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and I was just trying to figure it out. But so, how did you get into? When did your first invention get featured? When did you reach that point?
That would be, so my first invention that I submitted it to the Invention Tower back when that was a big deal. And it was called the ice cream cart. And it was the first invention I had submitted there, and it got in. And it was the biggest motivational thing I could have gotten, to be honest. And they also put it in the rec center, which blew me away. And then I started getting... Oh, thank you. Yeah, I started getting friend requests and subscribes, and oh gosh, yeah, it went crazy from there.
It just kind of blew up for you and went off the cuff, as it were.
Yes. And so it was a huge motivator, and I went and I started doing every single week for the Invention Tower that I could.
Oh, nice. I mean, you have been featured in quite a lot. It's I've been looking through your inventions, and there's so many of them that I find very impressive. It's my personal favourite is Mooncake from Zero Space, not just because it's free, but because I really like that show, and it's very well made and very cute. Thank you.
Oh yes, thank you. That one was actually one of my very, very first ones that I made before the ice cream cart.
Chuckity pop. I do like that one. So going on to your rooms that you've made, I've been to the first room that's up on your profile, the Failing Village, is it? I might be pronouncing that wrong, possibly. But
that is correct, yes.
Oh, there we go. It was. I went there and I was absolutely terrified by a turkey that I walked into. It genuinely made me jump. But how did you go about building that? When did you move on to building rooms from inventions?
Well, decided to try it out a couple years ago, and that was kind of a pretty big challenge. It's a big time-consuming thing. I did the entirety of Phelan Village by myself, and yeah, it took a long time to do that, but very rewarding.
Wow.
I can imagine. So it's a very impressive room, especially for a first build. It's I enjoyed all of it. But so moving on to rhythm and rhymes, rhythm and rooms now. Sorry, I keep saying rhymes instead of rooms. It's like force of habit. How did you go about to meeting the build team there and becoming part of the project?
So very good friends with Lady Perla, and she got into a couple, like a contest before that. And so the next one, they were looking for another builder, and she suggested me. So a big, huge thanks to Lady Perla for actually getting me into that. And then that was with Snug, and Updog was in and out of there, and 10 Ammo 8 and Norway Sun. So, and that was super fun because that was everybody working together to build one big room.
Yeah, but that's actually the room that I met you in, and I was very impressed with it. I loved the animation on stage and all the models and everything. It was a really well done room, and to be honest with you, I think it's a shame it didn't get first place. It was very impressive.
So thank you, thank you.
You are
Yeah, we
very
were
welcome.
very excited about that one, and very excited to have won.
Like I say, well deserved, well deserved. And so, what did you? There we go. Thank you. So, what did you contribute to that room? What were your what was your main job whilst building that?
So I did a lot of the modeling for, like, there is a big alien in the main room, and she's playing the clarinet, and that's the one I worked on, and I made the clarinet, and I worked a lot on the room for the forest run, where you have the deer. I made that. I did a lot of help with the landscaping in there and kind of trying to fluff everything up. Uh, Made some squirrels, some saxophone squirrels.
So that is a very fun game, to be fair. I actually went there with Katie and ended up spamming the golden notes, which, just for those people who don't know, spam different effects at people, like launch them in the air and make them super slow, and it's very annoying but very fun if you're the one spamming the notes.
Yep.
So, so before we move on to what you've got in the future, I have to ask now. I've seen you in Golden Trophy quite a lot, and I've also seen your YouTube video on it. Now, how do you get to the point where you're that much of a pro at the game and you can carry people like that? I'm asking for a friend.
Oh. So yeah, I'm a big player. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm a big player of the quests. I absolutely love questing. So I play them all the time. I think my biggest accomplishment in that is being able to solo Crimson Cauldron, which is one of the longest ones to do, and it took me a long time just to solo it. But I definitely prefer to play with people, so anyone is always welcome to join me in a quest.
And I will have to take you up on that sometime because I've never finished a quest before solo or with people, so it's all the more impressive to me. Okay. Now then, let's talk about the future. So, you have the Holly Lodge that you've just released for the Christmas fair, isn't that correct? Would you like to
Yes,
tell me
that
a
is
little bit
correct.
about that? Oh,
So Perla and I did a small Christmas shop last year, and this year we decided to expand it. We called it the Holly Lodge, made it a lot bigger. It is essentially a shop for Perla and myself, and we entered that in the upcoming, what is it,
The Rec
the
Winter?
holiday market. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, the holiday market. So hopefully you guys will see that in the holiday market as well.
It's we actually did go to check it out, and one of my personal favourites was a costume. It was a dress that accentuated the chest area, which I think we actually have a picture of that to show people. That's, yeah. I'm not sure if
Yes.
the wow is the correct thing for that, but that was one of my that was one of my favourites there. Although the Krampus in the bar, that was amazing, and there's so many different things like the kawaii tea set, which I almost brought in instead of my usual tea set because it was very cute.
Oh yeah. I have. I've made that tea set over again several different ways, so there's a lot of different versions of that tea set.
Tea set, well, it's
Yeah, the
very good.
costumes, the costumes were mine. Krampus was built by Lady Perla. But yeah, that was, it's really fun making a room with someone. It makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, I think having the company there, because when there's two different minds on it, you get to two different perspectives, and it kind of makes it all blend together nicely, doesn't it? Especially when it's someone that you enjoy working with and, work with well.
Yes, exactly. I always recommend people work with someone that's like a best friend, somebody they can trust.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh. So, with the Holly Lodge, people can actually visit it now. We have a poster on the wall there where you can see it, and you can also just search for the Holly Lodge and go to it there and check out some of Ximph's awesome inventions there, and Lady Perla's. Okay, so how did you go about creating that room? Like, when did you start? How long did it take, kind of thing?
So the room is an expansion of the old room from last year. So we did kind of get a little bit of a head start this year with that. And what we did was we just expanded the room and made an extra room off the side. It actually has a window so you can see out in the snow. So it's a little easier to take a room you already have and kind of make it bigger. But yeah, we made the choice to make it bigger just because the old one was a little cramped and outdated.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun going back to an old room and kind of, especially when you have more knowledge and more ideas and expanding on it and, just making it all the more better looking and adding things that you maybe couldn't add before, which,
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the room very much. Very pretty room and people should check it out for sure. Okay, well, I feel like it's almost time for the Q&A. However, we do not have anything in there yet, so we'll carry on talking about the Holly Lodge for a bit. So, obviously, with building it, do you have any tips for building a room like that you could possibly give to people? Where to begin with?
I would definitely, I mean, I do a lot of searching on Google to pull up pictures. It's always better to get like an idea of what you want to do instead of just jump in there and try to start building something. Having something you want to work towards, or even just one little area, like maybe you found a picture of a stove or like a big furnace or something and you want to build that in your room for sure, you start with that. And then everything else just kind of starts coming to you. You kind of figure it out as you go sometimes. Or you find another picture of, a bay window and go, this is what I want in my room. And it kind of helps out a lot to have something ahead of time to work off of.
Yeah, I find I do that when I'm building, which I am an awful builder. I'm actually taking makeup classes at the moment. But I've always found that if I have a reference image, like sometimes I'll Google things and look at them and be like, okay, so I can take that design and add that to it and maybe make it that way. So a similar kind of process to that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and then, again, having a friend in there to kind of bounce ideas off of really helps out too.
Yeah, I feel like the back and forth, it just helps, you can give an idea and then maybe they can add to it, just help build it up with you. And then, it's built with love from two people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have a question here for the Q&A. What was the hardest thing you've ever had to build?
Oh, actually, the character that I built in Rhythm and Rooms, the one that I said had the clarinet, I would say building a person with a face is really difficult, especially because you want to get the face to look good and not in that uncanny kind of creepy sort of area. I don't know. That was probably the worst part was trying to make a face that looks decent, and doesn't look creepy.
Yeah, I feel like that's why so many people make horror rooms, because it's much easier to make something look scary than cute.
Yes, yes,
Yes, that would explain a lot. Either that, or you could just go build a military, and then no one cares what it looks like. That's the easiest route.
yeah,
Oh god.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've seen a lot of rooms that definitely look like they could have used a good builder in them.
Yes, and sometimes you go to a room and think, you know what, they tried, and that is the most important thing.
It is, yes. I
It
mean,
is.
making something that way and then going back and then going, okay, you know what, I can make it better. That's a good idea too.
Yeah, for definite. What advice would you have for new builders trying to grow?
Oh, so I would definitely get on the Ink Inc. and Rec Room Gallery Discords, the creative gallery Discords. That that would be my main thing to tell people, because anytime that those rooms or those areas have an opportunity like the Rec Holiday Market, or they need a room for Valentine's Day, or they want to promote rooms for that have t-shirt builds or t-shirt shops in them and stuff, they will post it there, usually post it there first before you even get an in-game notice or anything like that. And it gives you a head start. Like RecCon was a big one. They put out, hey, we're looking for RecCon booths, make a booth. And so those any opportunity you can find to get your stuff in front of as many people as possible, you definitely need to try taking that.
So, and anytime you see them with a special event or a competition, always enter it, no matter what. Even if,
Yes.
you're not confident you'll win, it's just always best to try. I'd say that's good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did try uh, entering one of the big contest rooms before Rhythm and Rooms, and the biggest thing was we didn't have a group that was cohesive enough to actually build the room, and we kind of just broke apart and nothing got done. So again, make sure you're working with people you can trust. Uh, getting together a good builder group is key.
Oh, for definite. I feel like as long as you've got a good team, and you're building something that you enjoy, that is the best way to go about it. Okay, so, and another one. What's your favorite room to hang at?
Oh, my favorite room to hang out in? So I do hang out uh, in Phelan Village a little more often than I should. I really enjoy it. I'm still building on it. There's still a lot of work going on in there. And then, wherever my friends are too, I've gone to so many different rooms. A lot of Updog's rooms are super fun.
Oh yeah, Updog does some terrific rooms and sort of. I played. Have you played the latest one, the Fear Survey?
I'm not sure I have.
No, it's basically one. It's got multiple questions and it bases the experience off those, as far as I can tell. So, again, a horror room, very scary.
Oh, yeah,
Separates
yeah.
you, which terrified me greatly.
I think I did pop in that room when he was working on it. We tested out a couple of things for him. So yeah, I think I have been in that room. We did a couple tests in there for him, and then that was about it.
Nice.
We're kind of, Lady Perla and I kind of are Updog's test subjects sometimes.
I see. You're the ones that they take in there, and it's like, okay, we're going to see if this scares you, and if it terrifies you, we'll release
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yep.
Okay then, so after the holiday market, what are your next build plans? What's in the future for you?
So Lady Perla and I more recently decided that we would start to give ourselves some little challenges. We started it just before Halloween, where we got together with a couple other people and said we're going to build a dorm skin for Halloween. And then we're also working on one for Christmas right now. And in the future, we're kind of wanting to get together, each month or so and have a different type of invention challenge or dorm skin challenge to kind of keep us going. It's going to kind of keep us working on things now that
Keep the creative juices
Invention
flowing.
Tower aren't there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a shame they removed the Invention Tower, which I never actually got a chance to visit it, so it's a shame, but maybe they'll replace
Yeah,
it with something in the future.
Yeah, it's still there. You can still go to the Invention Tower and see all the old rooms. They still have that in the Ink Inc. Store area, Ink Inc. shopping mall area. So definitely check it out. There's still some really great inventions in there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, people should definitely check it out. Definitely. Okay, and do you do any creative hobbies outside of Rec Room?
I do a lot of other gaming. So gaming is one of my big things. So, obviously here I am in a game, but I also play things like 7 Days to Die, which is kind of a zombie game.
I played
Just
7 days. I do
recently.
like 7 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I even play Minecraft. I play that with my youngest son. And then, and then actually more recently I've been playing Conan Exiles. So some big
Ah.
survival game stuff.
Oh, we do like the survival games. It's the latest one I've been playing was Green Hell, which I'd recommend you try that because it's actually
Oh,
it's quite
yes, that is
brutal.
a very good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
they made that one co-op, so I'll have to play that too. So, but yeah, that one we do watch a lot of YouTube videos on that one and saw that one looked amazing.
Yeah, it's very brutal though. It's I keep dying of rashes and leeches. So
Yeah,
it's
it's pretty difficult.
maybe a skill issue. I think our time's almost up, unfortunately. So thank you very much for coming on, Ximph. Do you have anything you would like to tell anyone before you go?
Keep building. Just keep on a building. If you're a builder, if you're a circuiteer, uh, keep learning new stuff. If you can get into, you know, uh, teach classes or get into classes, do so. You know, those are the big places you're going to learn them.
Yeah. And it's true. It's true. Amazing words of advice. Again, thank you very much for coming on, Ximph. And to all the people watching on YouTube and all the people out there, make sure you subscribe and go check out the Holly Lodge. And are you a creator on Rec Room? Do you have future projects you would like to share? Do you want to share your Rec Room experience? Well, come share it on Spilling the Tea. To apply to be on the show, go to the Broken Circuits Discord and message in the Spilling the Tea channel. Thank you all for coming out to watch tonight's show, and thank you to the people watching on YouTube. I am narrating you, and this has been Spilling the Tea. Bye-bye.